Hey everybody, this is my new project bike. It is a 1978 CB750K. It's a inline four carburetor engine, and it's chain drive 5-speed. It does run actually, starts very easily. Um, 19,300 some miles on the clock, but the reason for the head pipes is because the mufflers are rotten. One of them actually snapped in half while I was driving. I'll show you those here. They're in the back of my truck. I don't want to run it very long on just head pipes because you can warp your valves with the engine cooling down too quickly. The reason these pipes are junk because they were old and they weren't made very well, but right here where this hole is the start of the baffle, which is right here towards the end. And the reason for this hole is because it's the end of the baffle and then the start of the end cap, so that's another place water pools, because when you burn gas you also create water vapor which stays in your exhaust. This is the one that broke, and then I broke it more trying to get it off. The little chunk over here was right on that pipe. It broke off and I could not pull this off the head pipe. So what I did was I slid it with my angle grinder, and then I hit it with a chisel and it popped right off. Now this bike is missing a few parts. Some of them are not factory parts, like the tank here is not a factory part. That maroon is the factory color, but that factory side cover and that factory gas tank lid were repainted. It does have a very clean tank inside here. Grab my shop light here, I can show you. Now, yeah, that part's a little dirty, but check that out. How I got it that clean was you put a bunch of stainless steel inside of it, nuts, bolts, screws, whatever, and then you wrap it in a towel, and then you put that towel in the dryer, and then you pack, yes, clothes dryer, you put it in a clothes dryer, and then you pack in as many other towels around it as you can. This shuts a little hard. I'm gonna have to work on that, but anyway, you shove a bunch of towels into the dryer so that when the dryer turns, this does not thump around, it just rotates. No heat, make sure you do no heat, and then you just tumble it, and all that stainless steel rattling around in there will clean it right out. The tank was not bad to start with though. It's just gas spills over the years kind of taking the finish off of it. The staining on the engine here is from a leaking fuel shutoff, and I've got a part to fix that, so that'll clean up easily. Because it's not a very good example of the breed, I didn't think restoration, a full restoration on this was a very good way to go. And I like cafe racers and custom bikes, so I thought I'd go that direction with it. I do like the front fender. It kind of looks like a fender you'd find on a Norton or a Triumph cafe racer, so I'm going to keep that. I've got a bubble fairing on the way, and today I went and picked up another tank. Well, I am out in Union, Nebraska, and I picked up some Honda parts. I got a brake lever, and as you can see I got a tank on the back, and found a set of clubbing bars I snuck in here on the bike too. Should ride alright going home, which is for a 79, which will not fit this model because it's shaped different and mounts differently. But I also found this set of clubbing bars when I was getting that tank, so for what I paid for these two parts and a spare brake lever, I think I did all right. I mean, I'm gonna have to sell that tank so it won't fit. but these bars are actually a little bit too low. If I mount them as is, they'll hit the tank. So what I'm going to have to do is get some riser blocks built in here. It just brings your bars up using the factory clamps, and you just put longer bolts in here. I don't remember if I said it or not, 19,300 miles on it. It does have a little bit of cam chain noise, but that's easy enough to fix. We're missing a side cover on this side, but I found one and it's on the way. This is an oil tank here. We've got a working kickstart. You know, as you can see, this side of the engine is beautifully clean. Right back here, this is a cam chain tensioner. There's a little bolt right there that you take loose, and then there's a screw in here to adjust the plates that chain rides on. So I'm gonna have to do that in the future. When I got this bike, it had this massive windshield on it and this highway bar, and it also had a sliding backrest. Sliding backrest. That's a good idea. But I didn't want to keep it that way. I've actually already got most of those parts sold to a guy that owns a Honda that I know, and this will someday grow up to be a cafe racer.